Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for another Breakfast with Blaha. And today, having steamed vegetables and lean ground beef. All right, let's talk about filming. As a coach and someone who gets a lot of novice lifters this year, I didn't have as many novice lifters in the past. I've had a lot of novice lifters apply this year. And as you guys know, one of my rules is my lifters film their lifts. My lifters film their lifts. We have to. You can't online coach without seeing what a person is doing. So if someone tells you that they're doing online strength coaching or weight training coaching of any type and they're not requiring you to film your lifts, they're not coaching you, right? They're not. Because if they can't see what you're doing, they can't coach you. But it also brings me over to the point that so many little things can be fixed by just filming yourself, even if you don't have a coach, that it really should be mandatory. And I get it. When I was younger, filming didn't make sense. Why? We didn't have cameras. For us, a camera was this big. You want to go film yourself at the gym, you got to have a big camera. We didn't have sometimes the hard drive space on our computers to deal with this stuff, right? I mean, I remember when a 40 gig hard drive was big. Like, you can't store all that stuff. No one has that excuse anymore. We all walk around with a supercomputer with at least 64 gigs of memory on it, storage space, that has a camera built into it, and an HD camera at that. We don't have these excuses anymore, okay? Yeah, in my era, people say, oh, if you've done this or that lift, why weren't you filming it? It's like, it wasn't an option. It's funny, people will take that attitude when you go back and talk about lifting 20 years ago versus today. They don't understand that, but then today you ask them, why are you not filming every set of bench press and squat that you do? Hey, all your heavy lifts, why aren't you filming them? You don't have an excuse. Flip that logic back on people. You don't have an excuse. Because here's the things that I see all the time. I mean, stuff is simple on the bench press. All right. If you get over to the bench and you go to lay down on the bench, and guys think they're getting tight, and I get this all the time with these kids, because they pick themselves up and set themselves back down on the bench, straight up and straight down, that they have somehow dug in and created an arch. And they lay right back down flat back. Now, and then they'll readjust themselves, right? They'll readjust their feet after they pick themselves. They don't pick up under the bar and then slide down into their feet. They just pick themselves straight up and come right back down on the bench. And then they readjust their feet again. Now, if you see yourself do that on the camera because you filmed yourself, you're not doing what I've told all of you to do in bench tutorials. You can film yourself and know that. Save yourself some coaching right there. If you're on the bench and you look at your own recorded set and you move your feet at any point in your set, you move your feet at any point after you have set your back onto the bench. Once your back makes contact with that bench and you're in, if your feet move at any point between then and between the time that you re-rack it, you have bad form on the bench. You're not tight. And you have the proof right there for yourself on camera. And you know that you need to fix it. You get on the bench and your wrists are cocked back. You don't have them stacked. You're not stacked. You're like this. The bar is somewhere above the wrist bone at all, because it shouldn't be. If it's here, it's going to be like this, right? Never going to be back like this, ever. You see yourself doing that on camera. You know that you're gripping that bar like a little limp-wristed pussy, and you're not squeezing the hell out of it. Now, getting the bar in the right spot, and you are not squeezing. At any point in your work set, on a bench or an overhead press or any press incline bench, you see your hand go from that position to rocking back before you re-rack it, you know that you are not squeezing the hell out of that bar, that you're limp wristing it like a little sissy. And you know that. It means you either need to learn to start squeezing that bar harder or you better do some more grip training. You don't have a hold of that bar. Okay? And if you just watch yourself on camera, you'll know these things. And then you can fix them. If you know it's wrong, you can fix it. Same thing, you go to do a box squat. You go down to the box and the bar rocks 4 inches behind your heel because you're trying to stay upright. You know damn good and well on a power squat you don't stay upright. And a box squat is always a power squat. Right? You know that. You go to sit back, and because you're trying to stay upright and your knees are sliding forward, plus you probably have weak hamstrings, and your knees are going all the way to your toes on a box squat, and you're trying to keep your torso upright, which usually the guys, when I tell them I want their chest up and their torso forward, a lot of times guys will try to keep their torso upright and then they'll roll their lower back because they're loose. They don't train their abs. And they're loose, and then they're trying to keep their torso too upright, and then to get the bar back in midfoot, they've got to roll the upper back. Total opposite. Upper back and chest should be up, lean forward. You don't see yourself leaning forward and pushing your hips back and your knees staying at least above your ankle. Ideally, we want to get them behind the ankle. You know that your box squat form is bad. You go to set up a deadlift and you fishing pole it because the bar is above your toes instead of an inch in front of your ankle. You see yourself do that on camera. You know that you're deadlifting wrong. Watch your pin leg rows if they're not fast. You're not hitting your chest. You're trying to hit your stomach with it. And you see the bar coming up at a diagonal line instead of straight up and down. You know that you're not following any of the instructions I've given in tutorial videos, which are free. You'll know these things. If you just film yourself and look for these things, you'll see them. You can fix the little bitty easy stuff, the simple things by yourself if you just film yourself. Because these are really minor things. But you know what? The amount of money that I make from people paying me to have to teach them this stuff that they could just film themselves and watch just this video alone and fix themselves, I make thousands of dollars. People are paying me thousands of dollars to fix these things. Okay? Before I can really even coach them serious, I got to fix all this stuff before we can make progress. And this is stuff you could all do. You could just watch my form videos or anyone's good form videos. Film yourself and look to see if you're actually doing what they're telling you to do. And just be honest with yourself about it. Save people a lot of problems. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.